God just reminded me of something that's so important. And I wanted to share this with you guys in case anyone else is going through something similar to me. God is not in the business of barely enough. He is in the business of multiplying. From the very beginning in Genesis, what does God instruct humans to do? He says to be fruitful and to multiply. Not just survive, not just get by, but to multiply. Which tells us something so important about God's nature and what he is like. He doesn't just sustain, he expands. And what I love about the way that God multiplies is he doesn't multiply using excess, but he multiplies using obedience. You see, Jesus once stood in front of a crowd of thousands and they had no food to feed these people except for one little boy who had a lunch. It was 5 loaves and 2 fish. And as soon as that was in the hands of Jesus, it was multiplied so much so that they were able to feed the crowd of 5,000 and have leftover. Again, it wasn't because the food was special, but it was because it was put in the hands of God. Some of you have been looking at what's in your hands and thinking this is not enough. But maybe it's in the wrong hands. You see, what you have in your hands is a seed. And if you put it in the hands of God, he is going to allow it to grow. He multiplies what you surrender. The widow in 2 Kings only had a little bit of oil, but when she believed and put it in the hands of God and allowed God to intervene, she had so much oil that it was enough to fill every single jar. Notice that the miracle wasn't in the oil, but it was in the obedience. And here's what we don't talk about enough. God multiplies what's aligned, not what's rushed, not what you think is right, not what you feel like should happen right now, but what is planted in faith. That's why Paul says in Galatians, do not grow weary in doing good, but for in due season we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Due season means that timing matters. God help me to say this right. Multiplication, it doesn't always look loud, okay? Sometimes it's consistency, patience, obedience, quiet faith, trusting God when nothing seems to be changing. And then suddenly, something that felt so small is going to produce more than you could even imagine. So if all you have right now is a little bit of hope and a little bit of faith, that is more than enough for a God who specializes in multiplying. If you received this message, drop an amen in my comment section. Let me know how I can pray for you.